one of the biggest differences that I see between people who are native speakers in American English and people who have learned American English is their use of contractions. What I mean by that is native speakers use contractions all the time, and a lot of people who have learned English do not use them, or they use maybe some of the high frequency ones, but not all of them that they have at their disposal. And so today we're going to be beginning an investigation of American English contractions, starting with your subject pronouns like your I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. We're going to be looking at those and how they sound when they are contracted. Good morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show. Wake up, American. We are here Monday through Friday. It's 5 days a week to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for today. And to guide you in this journey, there is me. Hello, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That is one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds and strengthen your vowel sounds. The contractions we're going to begin with are these right here. So I would just say, just take a moment to read these words to yourselves if you're watching with me live right now. So just take a moment. How would you say each of these words? Okay. I need to check something really quick, and then we will describe how each of these could potentially sound. And there may actually be more than one answer. Give me one moment. What's up, Tamila, by the way? All right. So let's take a look. How could these actually end up sounding? So I'm going to read each of these one way. Maybe this is similar to how you did it. It's like I'll, you'll, he'll, she'll, we'll, they'll. Okay, one more time on those. I'll, you'll, he'll, she'll, we'll, they'll. And again, these are replacements for like will, right? I will, you will, things like that. Hello also to Gotchim checking in, and hello also to Hamid checking in. Great to see you both. And if you're here and you want to say hey, hi, put it in the chat. It'd be great to talk to you. Like Enrique just did. What's up, Enrique? Great to see you. Our man in Perth. Okay. All of those ways are perfectly fine. However, one thing I will say is that they don't sound very reduced. And one of the things that we'll see with contractions very often, these contractions, is the next word that comes after them is going to be a stress word. Like, I'll leave, you'll sleep, he'll talk, things like that. So the next word is going to be stressed. And one of the things that we see before a stressed word and a stressed syllable. Okay. Hello, also to Hajina is here. That's great. Thanks for stopping by. One of the things that we see right before a stressed syllable, a stressed word, is we tend to drop a lot in pitch. So what we're actually going to see very often with these contractions is that instead of pronouncing it the way I just did, we're actually going to see them become a lot weaker, softer, and more reduced. So I'll can often just become like you'll will just become yo. He'll often just becomes ho. She'll will just become sho. We'll just becomes wo. They'll will just become tho. Pretty big difference there. So let's try to see some example sentences just to kind of get some actual practice in so we can get an idea. What does this sound like with a little bit more context? Because I think that will be helpful. So let's take a look at one sentence. Our first example. Why is YouTube not letting me do this? Try one more time with this. YouTube is rejecting my comment. So what I can do is I'll just tell you the sentence. Sorry, guys. I won't be able to bring it up on screen, but you can follow along. Okay. Enrique is asking as a light L. Nope, we're treating all of these as dark L's instead. So light L's would be like I'll, you'll, and things like that with pretty heavy L's. We're trying to use dark L's here to keep things light and the air moving and things like that. Okay. So I'll read for you guys a sentence. I'll try to go slow, so make sure you can understand it. I'm sorry, YouTube's not letting me post the things in the chat. If someone else wants to write it down so then I could highlight it, feel free to do that. Our first sentence is this. I'll go running and they'll stop sleeping. I'll go running and they'll stop sleeping. Do you see what's happening there with like I'll go? It's like I'll go running, I'll go running, I'll go running. So instead of I'll go running, I'll go running, I'll go running. That was a heavy reduction. Okay. I'll go running and they'll stop sleeping. And they'll stop sleeping. And they'll stop sleeping. And they'll stop, and they'll stop, and they'll stop, and they'll stop. Instead of saying and they will stop, it's and they'll stop, and they'll stop, and they'll stop sleeping. I'll go running, and they'll stop sleeping. Do you see the pitch change too as we change thought groups? I'll go running, and they'll stop sleeping. I'll go running, and they'll stop sleeping. Okay? That's an example with I'll and they'll in reductions with the contraction. Our next one. Let me see if YouTube will let me post this one. Fingers crossed. Nope. I don't know why YouTube's going crazy. Anyways, the next sentence is, we'll take a car and he'll catch a bus. We'll take a car, 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 he'll catch a bus. So I say we'll take a car and he'll take a bus. We'll catch a car, we'll catch a car, we'll catch a car. He'll take a bus. He'll take a bus. We'll catch a car. He'll take a bus. We'll catch. He'll take. We'll catch. He'll take. We'll catch a car. He'll take a bus. Okay, that is our second one there with examples with will and hull. And then our last one. Don't have high hopes for this, but let's try. Come on, YouTube. This isn't spam. I'm trying to teach something here. And oh my gosh, it let this one go through. Oh, thank God. This is such great news. Okay. Last sentence came through. It'll cost her, but she'll be okay. It'll cost her, but she'll be okay. Okay, so our first contraction is it'll cost her. It'll cost her. And our second one, but she'll be okay. She'll be okay. It'll cost her, but she'll be okay. It'll cost her, but she'll be okay. It'll cost her, but she'll be okay. You can notice again as we change the talk groups, change the pitch level and things like that. It'll cost her, but she'll be okay. All right, guys, so continue practicing these. If you have questions about contractions, we actually have lots of videos. If you go on our channel, I believe we actually have a contraction workshop workout video. I'll try to post that in the comments after this video, so that way you can find that and start studying that as well. Beyond that, if you have some other questions about contractions, you want to know if you're doing these things right, the easiest way to do that is for me to hear you, because unfortunately I can't hear you like this. You're all the way over there, and I'm all the way over here. So if you're trying to get some feedback to see are you actually using these contractions in a way that sounds natural, we have a group on Telegram where every single day I post a challenge in a group of sounds, and our members can send in audio of themselves reading those sounds. So they can immediately get feedback from me to know if they're doing these things right, if they're sounding natural, or if they're not, and why. So if you'd like to get feedback from me on these on a daily basis, that's what the Telegram group is for. You can find that at fluentamerican.com/Telegram if that sounds like something you're interested in. Enrique has a quick question here. Any tips when we have to drop the H as in her, the H in her? Yeah, I mean, a lot of situations, because a lot of times, like, if you're not stressing it, I'll put it like this. If you're not stressing it, there may be an opportunity to drop the H. If it's not the stressed word in your sentence, there's a pretty good chance that you don't really need that H. You could just go right to the R sound. Okay, it's just a note there. Hopefully it answers your question. Your C's here. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And we're all friends this year. Great. Good to see you. I'm glad you catch the stream again. All right, I do have to head out, guys. But again, practice these. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the chat or in the comments on the replay, so I'll see them and make some notes and things. I'm not always able to respond quickly to things, but I do see them, so just take a note on that. Once more, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. That's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sound, strengthen your vowels. I will be back tomorrow morning, right around 8 a.m. with another episode of Wake Up American. You guys take care. Thank you for your time. There's a million pronunciation resources out there, so the fact you spent some of your day with us is greatly appreciated. You all take care. Bye.